day 2 of the intuition free training of 5 days of free intuition training. And if you didn't tune in yesterday, make sure you tune in our Craving Consciousness community, or I also did the live on my YouTube for those rebels of you that are not on Facebook. So today we're going to jump into day 2, and this week is all about communicating with spirit and how spirit uses you, how spirit communicates with you. So make sure you guys let me know if you're jumping in on the live or if you're watching the replay. I'm really excited to see how everybody is enjoying this, and make sure you come join us in our Craving Consciousness community on Facebook, or also share and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Brandaline Johnson, on YouTube. So good morning. Hey, Lauren. Hey, Natalie. I see there's somebody over here on YouTube watching as well. And so yesterday we talked about how spirit communicates with you, and today we're going one step deeper into your personal database. It's actually how spirit uses your mind to create a dialogue between between yourself. And when I say spirit, again, we're talking about spirit guides, angels, past loved ones, pure consciousness, and your inner voice, your inner connection to spirit. So each and every single one of you have your own personal database, and that personal database is made up, and hopefully the connection's okay. It keeps flashing. That is low on Facebook, so hopefully you guys are seeing me on Facebook. Jory says, sorry so late. You're not even late. I'm just now getting started, Jory. Awesome. Hey, Deborah. Just talked to Deborah on the phone today. So your mind, right, is just like a computer, and it actually saves every single memory, every single thing that has ever occurred in your human life, including your past lives, right? When we go into the fact that there's like no such thing as time or space, you can actually have, Jory, you could join on YouTube or on Facebook. She's like, I don't know where to go. she gets to stay watching on YouTube. So when we talk about there's no such thing as time or space, you can actually gain access, and I'm waving hi to the people on Facebook. You could actually gain access to information transferred between 2 different lifetimes, and that's kind of a whole different training. But when it comes to this training, this is why I'm saying that you've actually stored all this information, and spirit's going to start using that information that's unique to you in order to communicate with you, for you, and for other people. So if you guys, wow, are you late, Stephanie? Hey, Stephanie, that's my little rebel that's not on Facebook. Loving. No, you're not late. We're just getting started. So stay tuned in. We just started about 30 seconds ago or so. So those of you guys that are wanting to dive more into this, you're going to totally want to check out the link above the Facebook video in our Craving Consciousness community, or after the live here on YouTube. I'm going to put the link inside the comments for the Awaken program, because that's going to open enrollment tomorrow. You have to be on the waiting list in order to get the special deal. But it will open up to the general public after that. In that class, that's when you're really going to learn how to really expand this personal database. But I want to share with you guys today what that database is and how you can already start accessing it, and kind of understanding why you get what you get when it comes to your intuition, and understanding how special you are when it comes to your intuition, right? I always tell my students in the Awaken program, or any of my coaching programs, you need to trust that spirit is only going to send you the people that you can help. And the reason why is because spirit knows what you know. Spirit knows your memories. Spirit knows your experiences. Spirit knows your desires and your knowledge, and the things that you have gained through this lifetime. And so they are only going to send you the people that you can specifically help by channeling, using your mind and channeling through you what it is that you already know. And I'm going to go into detail here. So awesome. So I'm so glad so many of you guys are joining me on both Facebook and on YouTube. So your intuition, think of it this way. And I don't want to go too deep into the clairs. We're going to talk more about the clairs tomorrow. But your intuition remembers everything. And things trigger things. So how many of you guys know that your sense of smell is one of your first senses, right? Yeah, Stephanie's like, I believe they send us those that we need and those that need us. And that is so true. We are a moving mechanism. You are not but a drop in the ocean. You are the ocean itself, but each one of us is this little drop and we need to flow together. And that's why Spirit sends you exactly who needs you because of the information that you've stored. So think of it this way. If you've ever heard like your sense of smell is like one of the first senses that you have and one of your strongest senses that you have because that sense of smell triggers a memory, right? Everything's attached. I do a lot of work when it comes to look at my hands. I'm like, wee, I talk with my hands, but I've done a lot of work with how your brain works because of me becoming a psychic medium and just diving into the law of attraction and human behavior and all of this psychology behind it. Well, if you think about the way your brain works is a sense of smell will trigger you to think something like if I say chocolate chip cookies, you're going to, hey Avery, I'm glad you joined us over here on YouTube. If you smell chocolate chip cookies, every single one of you is going to have a unique memory behind this chocolate chip cookie smell. Some of you guys, maybe it might be traumatic for you. Like you burnt your, that's the first time you got a burn. Some of you guys might be like, my great great grandma made those for me and the family always gathered around and I have this sense of love and somebody else might be like, holy shit, I need to go on a diet because chocolate chip cookies made me fat. And you might go into all of a sudden be self-conscious. But each one of these things are unique to you. And so if Spirit's like going to be showing you or making you smell chocolate chip cookies, it's important for you to realize that it's not just chocolate chip cookies that the Spirit is showing you. Spirit's showing you that so that you're going to have that unique trigger and you're going to be able to either communicate it to yourself or to the person, like say you're giving a reading or advice or coaching someone. That's why I love telling spiritual coaches to develop your intuition and psychic and mediumship abilities because it helps you be a way better coach. Then you're going to be able, once you learn how to use this and that you realize that this is being sent to you as a trigger in order to communicate or coach someone better, then you're going to realize it's not just this weird coincidence that I'm smelling chocolate chip cookies. It's meant for you to say something else, right? Same thing with like a birthday party, right? Like maybe your first birthday party you had, was a traumatic event or maybe somebody got hurt or like all of these things. And I'm going to go a little bit more into this, so bear with me. But like your fear of heights, right? So when we talk about fear of heights, like for me, like my hands get sweaty. I have this physical feeling in my stomach. I feel sick. So that physical feeling, right? That's clairsentience. We're talking about I'm getting a physical feeling, a psychic feeling. Psychic development, intuition development is awareness. It's you becoming aware of how information is coming through your body or your memory or your visions or your smells. And this includes having a sudden feeling of a fear of heights. This is for you to be able to go, holy shit, I'm feeling the same feeling that I felt as a kid on the top of the ladder. And so I need to communicate that to my client. I need to be going, wow, are you afraid of heights, right? So do you see where I'm coming from? Spirit's using your feelings and your emotions in order for you to transfer that to your client. But it goes so much deeper. It also goes into your desires and your passions. And so let's talk a little bit about when you develop into your psychic and mediumship abilities. Spirit is going to amplify your gift based on your desires, right? So for me, generally speaking, whenever Spirit sends me somebody, whether if they want me to speak to their past loved one or they want me to find their lover or they want to know their life purpose, that can all come through. But who does Spirit send me? Spirit sends me mostly you guys that are going, who the hell am I? I'm having these weird experiences, or I have these desires to find out who I really am and what I'm really capable of, right? So a lot of my readings that come to me are based on life purpose and also based on how that person will develop as a psychic medium. Because I've been so passionate about having my spiritual awakening, becoming a psychic, becoming a medium after working in corporate America for over 15 years as a marketing specialist and turning around and becoming this person, finding my true purpose, my soul's mission. So when someone comes to me for a reading, Spirit is going to talk to me directly about their soul's mission, directly about their life purpose. No matter if you come to me for a Find Your Lover reading, you're going to hear from me about how you're going to develop as a psychic medium, or what your purpose is, what type of energy is implanted on you. And that is because it's been my desire. That is because it's been my passion. You go to somebody else, one of my students, for a reading, and you're going to get more information out of their passion. So let's talk about your knowledge, right? So like my knowledge has been a lot. I've studied a lot about the law of attraction. I've studied a lot about marketing, believe it or not. And I studied a lot about stepping into who it is that I really want. But some other people that come through the Awaken program, they're nurses, or they're Reiki practitioners, or they have some sort of knowledge about the way the human body works. The minute they develop, Spirit is going to use them. Spirit is going to use them to become a medical intuitive, right? You don't dive in to go, well, I'm going to become a psychic medium because I want to give medical readings. But you dive in, and then you have this personal database inside of you that you know what a blood cell looks like, and you know what this is. So Spirit's going to be sending you those people that need this knowledge inside of you, right? Or say, for example, you studied a lot. One of one of the Ashley ladies, she just did a lot of work with old people. I don't know what that's called, elder care, senior care. There's a longer term for it. And so she'll more than likely get all kinds of elder people coming to her about, their health or about their well-being. Spirit's going to use the knowledge that you've already obtained inside of this lifetime in order for you to magnify it and use it as a tool for yourself and for other people. Does this make sense, you guys? So, Spirit's also going to help you develop with music, right? So here's another interesting little fact, is people that really love music, or people that really write music, Spirit, you are going to develop more as, and we're going to talk more about how you're going to develop in I think on Friday's training. But if you're generally loving music, you're more than likely going to develop as a psychic hearer, as a clairaudient, as someone that's going to hear. And so you're going to be able to channel more and write things more directly from Spirit. Whereas if you love art, right? And I was just talking to Deborah, and she loves art. I mean, you look at her paintings, and it's almost like this healing exploration of stuff. It's because she can intuitively know what her client wants, right? And that's why I love helping everybody develop their intuition, psychic, and mediumship abilities, because it's not just for you to give readings. It's not just for you to be a better coach. It's for you to become a better artist, or for you to become a better parent, right? Or for you to become a better society member. So think of a time. Here's another one. I want you all to think of a time where you looked at somebody and you were like, oh my God, she totally reminds me of my sister. Or she looks exactly like my friend that has multiple children and works for a direct sales company that sells nutrition. And I shit you not, this has happened a million times to me, because I'm also clairvoyant. And as you develop, you're going to start realizing that people look like they look because they are like they look. Or they sound like they sound because they sound like they sound, right? Stephanie, when I met you. Oh, yeah, she did say, you remind me. And I remember replying on the YouTube going, I probably am a lot like your friend. And it's not a coincidence. It's because Spirit's using your mind and your memory, saying that girl looks and sounds just like my friend. And I bet you I am a lot like her friend. Personality, I might have the same taste. I might actually have a similar career. And so it's not a freaking coincidence, you guys, when your memories pop up for a reason. If you're going to sit down and do a reading, and all of a sudden, this happened to me. I even said, I can't think of the girl's name, but 3 of her sisters are in our group, Craving Consciousness Community, on Facebook. And I was like, you look just like my old business coach that works for direct sales, sells nutrition, and she has multiple children. And she goes, bing, bang, bong. That is me. I have multiple children. I work for direct sales. She wasn't a business coach, but she was exactly like that. It's because she exactly had the same eyes and the same like facial structure and the same movements and the same likenesses. So this is Spirit, you reminding you of that person. This is Spirit reminding you of that thing that happened. So when I tell my students, when you're sitting down to do a reading, no matter what comes up during that reading is meant for you to say. So if you smell the chocolate chip cookies and you start to cry, there's something there for you to communicate to your client, right? And not all of this is for readings. But readings is the way to help you develop into this, because it's only when you're doing the do, right? You could tell me how to run a marathon, but I'm not going to be able to do one until I start exercising those muscles and running my little butt up and down the road, right? So, remember those times that you're all of a sudden like, you remind me of this person, or she looks just like, or she sounds just like. And we're going to talk tomorrow at the same time, 12:15, because I have coaching calls right before I made a mistake. And I have more for you in this training here as well. But tomorrow we're going to talk more about your vocabulary and how that's linked to spirit. I love teaching you guys how to awaken to your spiritual gifts and align to the frequency of your dream life and business, because that's exactly what happened to me. And it helps us move forward as a conscious community, right? Another thing for you guys to do is to ask yourself questions. And we were on the Awaken call last night with the ladies that are taking the Awaken program right now. And we talked about that. One of the most important things for you to do in life and in your intuition is ask yourself questions. I did a Facebook Live about this before with a self-development spin to it, because your subconscious mind will come up with the answer. You just have to start to have a better life. You just have to start asking yourself better questions. How can I get better than this? How can I turn this around? Without asking yourself the questions, you will never come up with the answer, right? So this folds right into intuition development. Is you've got to start asking yourself the questions that you want the answers to. So how did this person pass away? How can I help this client live their life more fully? What does this client need to shift this situation right now? What is the most important thing she needs to hear from spirit? These are questions that you can ask yourself, and then you allow all your clairs, because that's how you're receiving, right? It's all I always say intuition is a frequency. It's coming at you, and however you receive it, each person receives it different. Seeing, hearing, feeling, knowing. Ask these questions, and then allow whatever comes through, whether it's a seeing, hearing, feeling, knowing thing, to be the answer for you, and to trust that it is, and to allow yourself to communicate it to your client, or allow yourself to take action in your own life based on what's coming. So this was the basis of this training today, was to let you know you have a personal database, to let you know that spirit only sends you the people that you can help, because spirit knows what memory you have. Just like I'm sitting here and I have like all my like little oracle decks. I think I just went mute or something. Did I go mute? Hopefully not. But just I have all my little oracle decks here. Each one of these decks, damn it. What am I doing? I'm going crazy on YouTube. There we go. I think I was mute. Okay, she says no, I wasn't mute. Thank you. Each oracle deck has a different message. So depending on my client, I'll be like, I just really feel like she needs this one. And why? Because each oracle deck has something different to say to each one of these clients. And it's not a coincidence that Spirit's sending you. You're just consider yourself your own little oracle deck. Spirit's sending somebody to me, somebody to you, somebody to Stephanie, somebody to Terry, somebody to Heather, somebody to Lynette. And you got to trust that it's because you have the special card inside of you that's going to give that person the information. All right. So tomorrow, like I said, I'm going to be live again on both platforms. Make sure you follow both, because I hardly ever double up. So join us in our group Craving Consciousness community on Facebook. At 12:15 tomorrow Eastern Standard Time, I'm going to be talking about your vocabulary and how that's linked to intuition, and how everybody else's vocabulary is linked to intuition. And then on Friday, I'm going to also do another live, and we're going to really go into, I believe, the clairs that we're going to go in. And then as long as you have signed up for this training, brandaline.com/intuition-challenge, you will get a daily email with the link to the live, and also a little recap of what your homework is. So for today, your homework is just to really start asking these questions and start realizing how your knowledge is actually being utilized by spirit. And it's not just something that's popping up in your head, it's actually spirit trying to say that. Remember this memory. What did that smell trigger for you? What came up inside your stomach? Fear, happiness, this is all for you to communicate. All right. So I am sending you guys all love, and I will see you all here tomorrow. And tomorrow, remember, the Awaken program will be launching. And I never could figure out how to turn off the YouTube. But the Awaken program will be launching, and you need to be on the waiting list in order to get the special video. So I will see you guys there, brandaline.com/awaken.